There exists a profound and often unsettling truth about human connection, particularly in the realm of romantic attraction. What we are conditioned to believe fosters closeness is frequently the very mechanism that creates distance. This isn't about manipulation or game playing. It's about the fundamental psychological and biological currents that govern respect, desire, and genuine interest. Many individuals find themselves in a cycle of confusion, investing more only to receive less in return, wondering why their earnest efforts seem to push the other person away. The core issue is a misunderstanding of value dynamics. The behaviors society often labels as correct or kind in pursuit can, when over-applied, inadvertently communicate the opposite of confidence and strength. They can signal a lack of self-contained purpose. This dynamic is rooted in a simple but powerful principle. Attraction is not generated by neediness, but by wholeness. Consider the natural world. A towering oak tree does not beg for the birds to nest in its branches. It simply stands strong, providing shelter and stability, and the birds are drawn to it. The tree's value is intrinsic, not dependent on the approval of the birds. Human attraction operates on a surprisingly similar frequency. When an individual, regardless of gender, appears to center their entire emotional world around gaining the approval of another, they project an energy of incompleteness. This energy, often perceived subconsciously, can feel burdensome or inspire pity, but rarely does it spark deep, lasting desire. The common error stems from a place of positive intent, the desire to be good, attentive, and valuable. The logic seems sound. If I am consistently available, consistently supportive, and consistently agreeable, I will be seen as the best option. However, this approach overlooks a critical aspect of human psychology, the law of perceived value. Anything that is overly abundant and easily obtained is instinctively valued less. Constant, unsolicited availability sends a silent message that one's time and attention are not precious commodities, but rather cheap resources offered freely. There is no scarcity, no challenge, and therefore, no thrill of earning. The dynamic becomes flat, predictable, and devoid of the healthy tension that sparks curiosity and investment. Think of two different artists. The first stands on a street corner, desperately offering his paintings to every passerby for any price, pleading for validation. The second works diligently in his studio, immersed in his craft, and occasionally exhibits his work in a gallery. His art is not given away. It is presented for appreciation. Which artist's work is perceived as more valuable? The principle is identical in interpersonal dynamics. When one person places the other on a pedestal, they inevitably position themselves below, looking up. It is physiologically impossible for the person on the pedestal to look down and feel a pull of equal respect and attraction. They can only feel the weight of expectation or the distance of admiration. What truly cultivates powerful attraction is not the intensity of focus on the other person, but the depth of focus on one's own life trajectory. It is the embodiment of emotional sovereignty. This is not indifference, arrogance, or coldness. It is the quiet confidence of a person who possesses an inner compass. They are driven by their own mission, values, and growth. They are capable of deep affection and connection, but they do not require the affirmation of another to feel complete or valid. This creates a magnetic pull. It communicates stability, security, and strength, qualities that are subconsciously sought because they promise safety and reliability. This person is not a vacant lot waiting for development. They are a compelling, ongoing construction project, and the invitation is to join the build, not to fill a void. This concept is supported by enduring psychological frameworks. The Stoic philosophers of antiquity, for instance, didn't teach about attraction, but they mastered the principle of inner fortitude. They focused entirely on what was within their control, their own judgments, actions, and values, while accepting what was not, such as the reactions of others. This internal locus of control is profoundly attractive. It's the difference between a ship that is anchored securely and one that is tossed by every wave, desperate for a harbor. The anchored ship provides a place others can safely moor to. The drifting ship requires rescue. To integrate this into your life is not to adopt a set of tricks, like artificially delaying communication or feigning disinterest. Such tactics are a superficial mimicry that usually radiates insecurity. The authentic transformation is internal and manifests externally as a natural byproduct. It begins with building a life that is genuinely rich and engaging, independent of any romantic pursuit. This means cultivating your physical health through consistent discipline, not for appearance, but for vitality and self-respect. It means dedicating yourself to your craft, career, or creative endeavors, finding purpose in your contribution. It means nurturing a social circle that supports and challenges you, and engaging in hobbies that expand your mind and spirit. From this foundation, your interactions naturally shift. You communicate from a place of fullness, not lack. Your conversations become about shared exploration rather than seeking validation. You set boundaries not as walls, but as the clear markings of your self-respect, and you respect the boundaries of others. You learn that no is a complete sentence that protects your energy and priorities, and saying it calmly is a powerful statement of self-worth. Your time becomes a valued asset you choose to share, not an offering left on the altar of someone else's attention. In practical terms, this looks like responding to messages when it is convenient and thoughtful, not with anxious immediacy. It looks like maintaining your weekly workout schedule, your project deadlines, and your friend commitments even when you are excited about someone new. It looks like being an engaged, present listener who also has interesting experiences and perspectives to share from a life actively lived. It looks like offering kindness and generosity because you are abundant in spirit, not because you are bartering for affection. The beautiful paradox is this: by releasing the desperate need to secure a specific connection, you become more capable of forming genuine, healthy connections. You stop filtering your actions through the lens of, will this make them like me? And start acting from the core of, is this authentic to who I am and what I value? This authenticity is a rare and powerful filter. It will not appeal to everyone, and that is its strength. It attracts those who are aligned with your genuine self and repels those who are not, saving you immense time and emotional energy. This journey is ongoing. There will be moments of old patterns resurfacing. The key is gentle awareness and recommitment to your own center. Each time you choose your workout over obsessively checking your phone, each time you voice a differing opinion with respect, each time you handle a disappointment without collapsing your sense of self, you are reinforcing this new foundation. You are becoming the anchored ship, the sturdy oak, the artist in his studio. If this perspective resonates with you, if you see the potential for a more grounded and powerful way of engaging with the world, then you are already shifting. The path to becoming a more complete, attractive individual is the same path to becoming a more fulfilled and resilient human being. It is a worthwhile pursuit for its own sake. And if you're finding value in exploring these ideas of inner foundation and authentic dynamics, consider subscribing to this channel. We consistently explore these principles of psychology, personal development, and building unshakable confidence from the inside out. Every new perspective can be a tool for your own construction. Now, let's expand further. A crucial distinction lies between selfishness and self-fullness. The aim is not to become self-absorbed, ignoring the needs and feelings of others. That is a brittle and lonely state. The aim is to be so full of your own purpose and self-respect that you have a surplus of positive energy to offer in a relationship. You are not looking for someone to drain, but for someone to connect with in a mutual exchange. This is what allows for healthy interdependence, the coming together of two whole individuals, not the fracturing of two halves trying to become one. Consider communication. A person seeking constant approval will often mirror, agree excessively, and avoid any potential conflict. A person grounded in their own values listens deeply, agrees where they genuinely concur, and can offer a respectful counterpoint without fear. This creates a dynamic, real conversation. It allows the other person to feel they are engaging with a distinct individual, not an echo. This authenticity is the bedrock of intellectual and emotional intimacy. This philosophy also profoundly affects how one approaches setbacks or rejection. To the person whose worth is internally referenced, a no or a fated connection is a datum of mismatched alignment, not a verdict on their inherent value. It is information, not annihilation. This allows for graceful acceptance and moving forward without bitterness or a shattered ego. This resilience is, in itself, an incredibly attractive quality, signaling deep emotional strength. Building this life is the most important project you will ever undertake. It requires daily, consistent choices, the choice to read over mindless scrolling, the choice to prepare a healthy meal over ordering junk, the choice to work on a skill, the choice to reach out to a friend, the choice to sit quietly with your own thoughts instead of seeking constant external noise. These are the strikes of the chisel that shape you. The confidence you seek is not found in someone else's gaze. It is forged in these quiet moments of self-investment. This journey is not about becoming someone else's ideal. It is about becoming your own ideal. It is about cultivating a life so rich in experience, growth, and contribution that you become proud of the person you see in the mirror. From that place of self-respect, your interactions change. You stop asking, "Do you like me?" and start wondering, "Do I like you? Do you fit into the life I am proudly building?" This shift in perspective is revolutionary. And if these ideas are sparking something in you, a recognition or a new understanding, we want to hear about it. What part of this resonated most deeply? Was it the concept of intrinsic versus extrinsic validation? The importance of a personal mission? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights not only help you solidify these concepts, but can illuminate the path for others on a similar journey. The conversation is where growth is shared and amplified. In the long view, this isn't merely a strategy for dating or attraction. It is a blueprint for a life of character and substance. It is about developing the inner fortitude to navigate all of life's challenges, career, relationships, personal struggles, with grace and resilience. The person who is attracted to this version of you is likely someone who shares similar values of growth, integrity, and strength. You set the standard for the energy you allow into your life by first becoming the embodiment of that standard. So, as we conclude, reflect on this central truth. The most compelling thing you can offer anyone is not your undivided attention, your lavish gifts, or your constant praise. It is your peace. It is the unshakable peace that comes from knowing who you are, trusting in your ability to handle life's trials, and being deeply engaged in a personal journey that excites you. That peace is a beacon. It is calm, it is strong, and it draws people toward its light, offering the promise of stability in a chaotic world. Within that sphere of stability, authentic connection, mutual respect, and profound attraction have the fertile ground they need to flourish. This is the core of the matter. It may feel counterintuitive because it challenges a lifetime of social conditioning. It requires courage to look inward and build from there. But it is the only foundation that lasts. Build your life. Refine your character. Your presence will become your most powerful offering. If you're committed to this path of building from the inside out, you don't have to do it alone. For more deep dives into psychology, philosophy, and practical frameworks for self-mastery, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We're here to provide consistent fuel for your journey. And if you know someone who could benefit from this shift in perspective, please share this with them. Sometimes, the right idea at the right time can change a life's trajectory.